Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we will be presenting about the role of FDI in manufacturing, services and technology, and FDI's influence on economic growth. Next, this is our team members, consists of NOOR, KASIH, ANYSA, NURUL, HANIS, SAYYIDAH, NAFISAH, and MAISARA, AISHA, MAISARA. Now we move to the first chapter, Introduction of FDI. FDI has become a crucial factor, especially in a sector like manufacturing, services and technology. As a rapidly growing economy in Southeast Asia, Malaysia has positioned itself strategically to attract foreign investment. This is largely due to its favorable geographic location, political stability and skilled labor force. Historically, Malaysia's economy was largely based on agriculture, but over the years, it has shifted towards a more industrialized and diverse economies. Manufacturing played a key role in this transition, and more recently, there has been a rise in the services and technology sectors. Next, the main aim of this study is to analyze how FDI influences Malaysia's economic growth, with the focus on its effect on the manufacturing and services sectors, as well as technological sectors. Next, we move to the Malaysia's economy and how it has changed over the years. Malaysia used to depend on agriculture, but now it has more industrialized and diverse economy made up of three main sectors, which is agriculture, manufacturing and services. While agriculture used to be the backbone of Malaysia's economy, its share in GDP has dropped from 32.6% in 1970 to 6.6% in 2022. However, agriculture is still important for jobs, especially in the rural area, and Malaysia as a major producer of palm oil, rubber and tropical fruits. Manufacturing now play a big role, contributing 24.2% of GDP in 2022. It is heavily export driven, with electric and electronics making up a large portion of exports. FDI has helped the manufacturing sectors grow by bringing new technology and improving productivity. The service sectors is the largest sector now, contributing 58.2% to GDP in 2022. This includes industry like finance, tourism, retail and information technology, which have grown due to rising consumer spending and tourism recovery after the COVID-19. Next, we move to the history of FDI. FDI in Malaysia began in 1970s with the new economic policy, which aimed to reduce poverty and promote industrialization. In the 1980s and 1990s, Malaysia attracted many foreign companies, especially in electronics. The government offered incentives like tax cuts and better infrastructure, making Malaysia a key player in electronics manufacturing. In the recent years, FDI has remained important. In the first half of 2023, 132.6 billion ringgit Malaysia in investment were approved, with nearly half coming from the foreign investors. This shows how critical FDI is for Malaysia, especially in manufacturing, services and technology. In 2023, Malaysia's economy is expected to grow by 4.5%. The growth is mainly driven by the services sector and the recovery from the manufacturing. Inflation is under control, but there is still challenges to the global supply chain issues. Unemployment is down to 3.3% with the job growth mainly in services, retail and hospitality. This economy is seeing more spending from consumer, rising in tourism and ongoing infrastructure project to improve connectivity and productivity.
For Chapter 3, I will talk about literature review and theoretical frameworks. So for literature review, I found 3 case studies that talk about the role of FDI in 3 main sectors, which is manufacturing, services and technology. So manufacturing, services and technology is a 3 main sector that contribute to Malaysia's. The benefit of these 3 main sectors is the first one, it has a higher competitiveness and knowledge transfer. It can create synergies between multinationals and local firms. And the last one, it has strong correlation with GDP growth. Alright, for theoretical framework, it has 6 theory in FDI, which is the first one, modernization theory versus dependency theory. So for modernization theory, it underscores FDI as a driver of industrialization and global integration, aligning with Malaysia's experience in economic transformation. But for dependency theory, it warns of economic subordination and crowding out effect, which is reminding us to balance between foreign and domestic investment. Alright, next for comparative advantage theory. So this theory posits that FDI enables specialization in industry, where Malaysia holds a competitive edge such as electronic and high-value manufacturing. Alright, the next is spillover and absorptive capacity. So the positive outcome that comes from FDI depends on Malaysia's ability to absorb and utilize transfer, knowledge and technology. So sectors like high-tech manufacturing thrive due to the strong absorptive capacity, while others need targeted intervention. Alright, the last one is endogenous growth theory. For endogenous growth theory, it highlights the importance of innovation, technology transfer, and human capital development. So for Malaysia high-tech sector, validate this theory. Alright, for chapter 4, I will talk about key economic issues and problem identification. So we will go deeper into the challenges in FDI. So the first challenge is regional competitions. So our neighboring countries such as Indonesia and Vietnam, they have offer more better incentive in terms of they have a lower labor cost and their regulation is more systematic. While in Malaysia, our regulatory framework seems as inconsistent. It is because we have many overlapping regulation and delay, especially in sectors like renewable energy and technology. Alright, for the next challenges is infrastructure gaps. So for the urban areas such as Kuala Lumpur and Selangor, it has advanced infrastructure, but when at rural regions such as Sabah and Sarawak, it have a lower infrastructure that making the investor does not really interested in invest in rural area. Alright, for the next is a talent mismatch. So in Malaysia, we have a skill shortage in key sectors such as manufacturing and technology. And then the last one, sustainability gaps. So while the global is meeting the environmental social governance standards, in Malaysia, we have a limited progress in this standard, which is ESG. Alright, for the impact of those challenges for economy, it can slower the GDP growth, reduce job creation, and weaken the technological advancement. While in geographical, FDI will be more concentrated in urban area and ignoring the rural area. So right now, what action that we need to do to address the challenges? So the first one, we have to address our regulatory inefficiency. So we have to simplify our regulatory framework and ensure consistent enforcement to improve investor confidence. The second one, we have to invest in rural areas so that it can create more balanced distribution of FDI. And then the last one, we have to prioritize ESG so that we can attract sustainability focused investors, especially in renewable energy.
Okay, so next we are going to move on to chapter 5, which is the methodology and data analysis. So for this report, we have 2 types of methodology we use, which is firstly is quantitative and second is qualitative. So what is quantitative methodology? Quantitative methodology is sources that involve statistical analysis which means that have data, ada graph, ada pie chart, which maksudnya semuanya time series data ataupun ada findings tu, ada numerical findings related to FDI and its impact. So as we can see here, everything that we explain in the report is based on this time series data and also numerical findings. Okay, so this is the results of net FDI inflows by sector for Malaysia in 2023, which is 2 years back. So the main sectors that we are analysing is services, manufacturing and also technology. But for the year 2023, we can see that services is the main contributor on this year, which is 70.8%, followed by manufacturing 25%. But for the third massive contributor is mining and quarrying, and technology sectors falls under the others part. So it was not a major contributor. So we can see that this investment in services have been instrumental in driving economic growth, with the services and manufacturing sectors contributing significantly to Malaysia's GDP. In 2023, the services sector contributed approximately 928 billion to the GDP, while the manufacturing, which is 25%, contribute only 366 billion. So based on our findings, we can see that for the FDI growth over the past 5 years, there is a stabilized growth for FDI in 2018 until 2019, because due to Malaysia's political stability and pro-investment policies. For example, the government introduced incentive for high-tech industries, but there is a sharp decline in 2019 until 2020 because of the COVID-19 pandemic. On this year, there's a lot of investors pulling out because of they are afraid of they won't get any return for their investment. But we can see that going to 2021, there is a sharp growth in FDI because here we have investors start investing back in Malaysia's economy because of vaccination and also economic recovery programs. And lastly, in 2022, was fueled by Malaysia's strategic initiative to attract foreign investors in green technology and advanced manufacturing. For example, in this year, Tesla's decision to establish their company in Malaysia highlights the country's increasing attractiveness as a technology hub. Next, my friends have already explained in the previous slide the FDI by sector over the past 5 years. So we can see that for technology, every year there is an increase in FDI growth except for 2020 because of the COVID-19. This is because Malaysia's introduced encourage investment in artificial intelligence, 5G infrastructure and cloud computing. Also, there is a rise of e-commerce and fintech sectors, increased demand for digital solutions, driving FDI into the technology space. Second, the reason for in fluctuations from here to here or from here to here is because of for the manufacturing sectors, our main player in the economy is the semiconductor supply chain, but same again because of the COVID-19, this fluctuates the economy. but there is a recovery in 2021 and 2022 because we focus on renewable energy policies, like solar panel production and also solar panel and also green car, electric car. Second, the method that we use is the qualitative method. This sources focus on policies, historical context, or theoretical framework within in-depth numerical analysis. So for qualitative, we focuses on articles which give us input on the country's policies and also whatever strategy that they use to increase our FDI growth. So for chapter 6, I'm going to explain about the impact of FDI on Malaysia's economy. So we're going to go into the impact of FDI on manufacturing, services and also technology. So we can see that FDI drives high-tech growth in electronics, automotive, which is car, and pharmaceuticals. In 2023, the E&D sector led with 40% of export value, boosting export capacity and competitiveness. Next, for services, FDI supports ICT and telecommunications. For example, the 5G innovations with investment in digital infrastructure like data centers and 5G networks, making Malaysia a tech hub and creating jobs. Lastly, for technology, FDI enhances R&D and adopts advanced technologies like AI, fostering innovation and transforming Malaysia into a knowledge-driven company. Lastly, FDI not only have impacts on those sectors, but it also have broader economic impacts, which is on our GDP growth, employment and trade expansion. For GDP growth, we can see that FDI contributes a lot in our GDP, especially in the year 2023. Secondly, for employment, because we have significant FDI growth, it means that we also create lots of job opportunities for our people. And for trade expansion, you can see that FDI has strengthened Malaysia's export capacity, especially in electronics and manufacturing, increasing value-added exports and global competitiveness in ASEAN and beyond.
Okay, next, my presentation will focus on three main areas, which are government policies, challenges, and also recommendations. We start on overview of policies first. Malaysia has developed strong policies to attract FDI. These policies aim to grow our economy, create better jobs, and establish Malaysia as a global investment hub. So, the government focuses on specific industries. In manufacturing, agencies like MITI and MIDA responsible to attract high-value industry. In real estate, the government ensure local ownership by limiting foreign ownership. Meanwhile, oil and gas, Petronas promotes inclusivity through Bumi Putra participations. So, another key initiative in the National Investment Aspiration, this program has diversify the economy, create high-value jobs, and support industries like green technology and digitalizations. Malaysia also offer tax incentive and participated to 16 trades to attract investors and make trade easier. Next, we move to effectiveness of FDI policies. Malaysia's FDI policies have been highly effective in many ways. So the first one is sector-specific success. In the manufacturing sector, especially the electrical and electronic industry, has been benefited greatly, contributing to GDP growth, job creation, and advanced industrial capabilities. Policies in real estate and oil gas sectors ensure inclusivity while maintaining investor confidence. The second one is National Investment Aspiration (NIA). This initiative promotes economic diversifications, foster partnerships between multinational corporations, MNCs, and SMEs, and support green technology and also digitalizations. The third one is incentive and trade agreements. third spreads such as those during COVID-19 sustained FDI inflow despite global uncertainties. Additionally, Malaysia's participation in 16 FTAs reduced trade barriers and improved market access, making the country a regional hub for business. However, Malaysia faces several challenges. So the first one is global competitions, like neighboring countries like Vietnam and Indonesia offer lower costs and better incentive, will making it difficult for Malaysia to compete. So the second one is reliance on foreign labor. Heavy dependence on foreign workers, especially in manufacturing and services sector, will expose us vulnerabilities during disruptions like COVID-19. So the third one is weak MNC SME linkages, and the last one is regulatory complexities, which decentralize approval processes and discourage investors. So to address these challenges, here are key strategies for sustainable growth. So the first one is by strengthening R&D. Malaysia can increase funding and foster collaborations between academia, other industries and government. So it also can focus on areas like green energy and digitalizations to position Malaysia as a leader in future industries. For example, the digital economy blueprint as My Digital support innovations hub that attract more global investors. So the second one is reduce reliance on foreign labor. Malaysia can invest more in programs like TVET and STEM educations to upgrade their skills and look workforce to prepare them for modern industries like automation and robotics. So the next one is enhance MNC SME linkages. And the fourth one is promote green investments, like Malaysia can expand programs like the Green Technologies Financing Schemes GTFS to attract environmentally conscious investors and support renewable energy projects. So the next one is streamline regulation, and the last one is improve competitiveness. So Malaysia can upgrade their infrastructures like digital connectivity, transportation and logistics. For example, Malaysia can be partnership or collaborations with Siemens on smart factories so that it can attract more high technology investments. Okay, finally we move to our last chapter, which is chapter 8. So our summary of findings. The first one is from manufacturing sector. It can boost high energy industries and create more jobs to us. The second one is from services sector. It can improve digital infrastructure and expanded e-commerce. And the last one from the energy sector. Malaysia can produce more AI and smart manufacturing to support Malaysia's transitions to knowledge-based economy. Okay, so we move to implications for policymakers. The first one is by strengthen R&D through collaborations and focus on emerging fields. The next one is reduce reliance on foreign labors by upskilling their talents through STEM and vocational programs. And the last one is enhance MNC SME linkages to boost technology transfer and competitiveness. For future trends and our recommendations, the first one, we can embrace digital transformations and expand high technology sectors like AI and blockchains. Also, we can focus more on green investments and eco-friendly practices through programs like GTFS. And the last one is simplify regulations, improve transparency, and develop local talents to reduce dependency on foreign labors. So, in conclusions, Malaysia's FDI policies have been successful but need to improve to address challenges. So by strengthening R&D, focusing on sustainability, improving sustainability, Malaysia can remain a top destination for FDI and secure long-term growth. So that's all from us. Thank you.